Alright, so what's up guys, AngryPickle521 here with some Battlefield 3, and this does not look quite like regular Battlefield 3, but in fact this is the Aftermath DLC, which is pretty good. So yeah, this is finally the review. I think in my previous video, which was that scavenger gameplay, I said I would post it on Sunday, but it is in fact Monday, so I am sorry about that. And before I say anything else, I just gotta get this out there right now. I'm sorry for any odd noises that you hear out of my cousin's mouth during this video. So yeah, just look out for those. You can go ahead, tell him he's stupid, because I don't really care. So yep, let's get back into here. And this is in fact the crossbow right here. Bam, boom goes the dynamite. See you later. Alright, so yeah, I was able to shoot down the chopper there, but the crossbow isn't actually a two-shot on a chopper. That I just happened, or that chopper just happened to have a about, I don't know exactly how much damage already done, but a decent amount. So yeah, it shot it down in one shot, which was pretty cool. I think. Oh yeah, this is a nice clip. There's a chopper. I shoot it down on the tank, but let's stop just commentating over what is happening on the screen and in fact talk about Aftermath. So in this this beginning section right here, and eventually I think at the end or somewhere in between, I don't know exactly, but this is Marquez Monolith, which is basically my favorite map on this, just because it has I think a really good balance of a lot of vehicles and air vehicles, and well, the only air vehicles are the the Little Bird and the Z11, but there's two on each team, I think, mattering on which which server you go on, because I play on PC, so you get to pick your server. It's not like random like in console and stuff. And so yeah, I really enjoy this map. I do think though that they put the yellow scale a little bit too high on this one, but you know, it's not quite as bad as what was that map on Armored Kill? Sorry, voice crack. Death Valley. The blue scale on that was ridiculous, but yeah, I do really like this map. I think that just the like weaving inside and out of buildings when you're in a chopper and stuff is really cool. You basically don't even need to have flares on if you're a good pilot and can drive through these buildings and things, because if you see right at the middle of the screen there, that skyscraper, you can actually fly straight through it. It's really cool. And yeah, I think just the overall map design of this whole map pack really is really good, and it's much like Back to Karkand and the Battlefield 2 maps, because they just took their time and made a really good balanced, at least so far balanced DLC. But one thing that does separate it from the Back to Karkand and some Battlefield 2 maps that, or at least Back to Karkand that they put on Battlefield 3, is that there's a lot less destruction. But I think the destruction that they selected, because I think that they selected where they wanted the destruction. They didn't just put, like, say, let's make the whole map destructible, much like in Bad Company 2 or like Back to Karkand. So I do like that. It doesn't make it like that would definitely make it super laggy. I mean, it would be cool, but for people who don't have super high-end PCs, like I'm not saying I have the best PC, but I have a pretty good one. I'd say even I would get some lag on that. But yeah, for the people who have lower-end PCs or consoles even, just having that kind of destruction would be a little bit crazy. Now, taking it from a more of a competitive gamer standpoint, I know that the 60 FPS or higher is definitely really important for them, because it just makes it so much clearer and crisp to you know, take out those enemies, see them quicker, see them further away, and of course just have that better frame rate so you can get to them quicker and have better reaction times. But in a lot of cases, reaction times don't matter all that much, because guns really do matter. Because whatever, like, say you were going up like some amazing trick shotter with an M98, and then you had like a PP19. I'm gonna guess that the M98 guy is gonna get you, even if he doesn't get the drop on you first. But of course, you can if you do get the drop on him, you can always take that guy out with the PP-19. Really expecting DICE to put in some kind of like gun pack. I mean, like, just put in some guns with the DLC. It just kind of gets boring after a while playing with the same guns over and over and over. I mean, I know I don't play with every single gun on every single class all the time, but there's some that you just don't really want to play with or that are not practical for that class, and that would probably include the crossbow for most of them. And really, the crossbow only nerfs most of the classes that you put it on, because, I mean, let's go through this. So in medic, it takes away your med pack, which you don't want to do. It's just a no-no. You don't want to do that. In the engineer class, it takes away your RPG, which I guess is not that bad, but then again, RPG only takes, what, like 3 maybe shots on a tank if you're shooting it in the back to take it out, whereas the crossbow with explosive rounds takes probably about 5 or 6. It's a pretty big difference. And then the support, it gets rid of your C4, which is also, the C4 can be a one hit thing. You can't really launch it, but like if you say put all 7 or 6 whatever of your C4 onto a tank, it blows it up in one try. Whereas in the crossbow, again, it takes about 5 or 6. And then in the recon, it's the only class that really gets buffed in a sense, because I mean, now you can have like some sort of defense against vehicles, whereas in like Bad Company 2 you did have C4, which I really liked, and I wish they had it in this. I would actually rather have the C4 in the recon class, just to make it's like a little bit more of a balance, because I mean, you could have the mortar or something, maybe buff the mortar a little bit in the support class, and then make it do a little bit more damage, and then if you're able to get it onto a tank, then I mean, it can just do so much more damage than the C4. It would be, I wouldn't say overpowered, but it would be much more like C4. but let's not try to get off into random tangents and stuff like that, because I'm kind of doing that, talking about C4 mortars and stuff like that. But yeah, I do really think that Aftermath, and like as you see here, this is Epicenter, and there's like earthquakes during it, and it's pretty cool. But I was actually expecting there, like, as the earthquake was going on, like parts of buildings would fall down and you would have to like dodge them or something. That would, I think, be a really cool addition to this map. But you know, they didn't do that. But that again is one of those destruction things where it might have made it a little laggy on the consoles and lower end PCs. So I understand why they didn't do it, and while it would be a cool thing, it's not really practical all that much. But now let's get into game mode, because I think that is one of the more important things to talk about in this review. So I think Conquest on basically all the maps are really good. It's like Conquest and Back to Karkan, but I don't exactly know which one. I think it's Azadi Palace, because, okay, so in Azadi Palace, you can basically get control of all of the flags on that, like the Senate building, the palace, and it really makes it tough to get those back, because it's really easy to defend, but it's also, and it's not that hard, it's not that easy to attack, especially if you have good defenders. And the same goes for Rush for that map. While I don't have a gameplay up for this right now, it will be later. The sides can switch fast, and they can stay on one, like in the favor of one team very easily, and all you really have to do is have a good team. Well, I don't think that's a very like important issue. It's just something to talk about, because you know, it is only like 2 flags, I think, but if you do control that, I'm sure you're gonna control other spots on the map. So you know, it is a pretty easy way, and it's a good tip, I guess, to help your team get positions on Azadi Palace. But other than that, I think Conquest on basically every other map is really balanced, and it plays really nice, and It's not laggy at all. It's just basically all good things to say about this DLC. I really enjoy it. And even Scavenger Mode, I think, was a really good addition. It was much, much better than Gunmaster for close quarters. Plus, close quarters, I just didn't think... It was not all that for me, in a sense, because, like... I play Battlefield because it has bigger maps, and these maps right here, they're perfect size, I think. And they're nothing like the Call of Duty maps. They're not small, like just arena, I want to call it, battles, but and they're not like huge sandbox battles either, like in Far Cry 3, say. But you know, I really do enjoy Battlefield 3, and just this Aftermath expansion. I do think it is one of the best expansions that DICE has come up with for Battlefield 3, and of course all the time and every time Bad Company, or not Bad Company, jeez, I'm stupid, Back to Karkand is definitely always going to be the best, because it's Back to Karkand in Battlefield 2. Battlefield 2 is such a good game. I think right here, in fact, is some scavenger game mode, and it actually does really promote team play, because there's 5 flags, 2 more than, or actually no, 5 more than in Gunmaster, because in Gunmaster you don't have any flags, so it's basically you do have teams in Gunmaster, but there's like no real team play kind of thing on it, because you're basically you are trying to win a single player, not the team, you. And I just don't really like that. I don't think that's in the Battlefield spirit and what should really be going on, like as in like helping your squad mates. That's what a squad is for. That's why Battlefield is such a different game than Call of Duty. It has squads, it has team play, and I just really enjoy that. And these maps definitely do like promote team play, because I mean they're just so, I mean, they're not compact like close quarters, but they're like you want to have a buddy with you on your back at all times, because someone can just pop out from like some kind of cratered highway like over on the left there, or some secret passage, because you could see that before. I was shooting these explosive barrels. I burped. I was shooting some explosive barrels, and if you find explosive barrels by a blue door or a green door or something like that looks like you can get through it, then you probably can get through it, because you just need to shoot out those explosive barrels. And I think that is really cool. It opens up new passageways and new ways to play the maps in the game, and the game mode, and it also promotes gameplay. Like, say your squad mate or buddy you're Skyping with, you take the low route or the secret passageway, and they take the high route, and you just basically clear out from there and take the objective. And it's a really effective way to just get points, help the team out, and I think that it, like I've been saying many times, promotes team play. That's what you want from Battlefield. You want team play being promoted in the game. But if you did not already see that, well, I know you, if you're watching it up to this point, I know that you probably did see the L85 gameplay earlier, which was in fact a rush gameplay. I went 15-0, but that's not really important. What's important is that I do think that rush is very balanced in this game. Basically, I'll just say every game mode is really balanced in this, though there are really only 3 game modes for, technically 3 game modes for this. But I do have to come out and say right now that that was my G17 clip of the week right there. A nice little long shot with the G17, which is really hard to do, because I think they actually kind of like buffed the G17. I don't know, I might not have used it, but wait 1 second. It's another boom goes the dynamite moment. Okay, hold it, wait, hold it, wait, and shoots. Boom goes the dynamite. There we go. Blew up a car. Pretty huge explosion there. And I'm saying rush that you would expect from Battlefield, as in like, let's say Damavan Peak Rush. I think that is definitely the best rush map that DICE has created for Battlefield 3, and you can't really beat that for Rush. You have to admit that if you're playing Rush, you gotta play Dam Event Peak. While it's not all about the base jumps, and while that is really cool, it's more about it just flows really well. If you have a good defending team, you can defend really well, and it's not like you just get stomped every time by the defender. You actually have to have a good team in Dam Event Peak and as well in Aftermath. And basically, I think I've only played Rush on Aftermath on Telemarket. I have not played it on Epicenter. I've played it on Telemarket, Marquez Monolith, and Azadi Palace, as you see here. And I do think it's balanced on all of these. I haven't played it on Epicenter, as I said, but I'm gonna guess that it is the same as in these other 3 maps as it is on Epicenter, because it just seems like the map design and everything is really, really well laid out. Now with all like Scavenger and Conquest Large and Rush, I think everyone can agree basically that the flag placement and design and map design is just outstanding for this DLC. Now, really quickly, I want to talk about Scavenger, as I have not talked about it all that much in great detail so far. But I do like it. Like I said, it has that team-based aspect to it that Gunmaster just didn't have. And also, I just really liked and enjoyed how the weapons that you could find around the map, because I mean, they weren't overpowered yet they weren't underpowered. I don't think really any of them were underpowered, and it doesn't really matter which level you get, because if you did not already know, there was 3 levels. One has just like a basic submachine gun or something like that with no attachments. 2 has attachments on like a shotgun or a submachine gun also, or I don't know. I think a sniper and a crossbow as well. But also there was, and then in level 3 it was a gun, assault rifle most of the time, with 2 attachments, like the laser sight and some kind of optic. But once again, coming back to that team play aspect, which is basically what Battlefield is all about, I can't stress that enough. Scavenger is just 10 times, 20, even 20 times better than Gunmaster was. With that in mind. Okay, so that is just about all the time I have here. I did mean for this video to be a 2-part video, but I wasn't really able to make that because I just had some time constraints, and I was trying to push it to get it out today, and I just don't really want to mess with it all that much more. So I ended up just making it into this one thing, but I will have another part for the crossbow review. And I also apologize if I wasn't able to get to everything that you wanted to hear about and were hoping to hear about, because once again, I had some time constraints and I needed to clear that up. So also, I will be making another DayZ video, which I hope you guys are enjoying that series. I definitely am enjoying playing DayZ. So yep, that's just about it. So thanks for watching, guys. This is AngryPickle521 signing out and telling you to stay classy, Battlefielders.